I'm sorry. I can't pretend no more.
Uncle Angelo, what's wrong?
It's a long, sad story. A story of love, a story of a deception, a story of a fool.
You know the story of Elsie Holdenfelder?
Perhaps
I would whip that tramp if he didn't sleep with her.
Now, come on. Blanche may be a little loose, but she's not a tramp.
Okay, here they are, the names of all the men I have dated since my husband died.
What do you know? The tramp keeps records.
Dorothy, most of the men in these pages just fantasized.
Tickle the ivories, Rose.
Coochie, 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 coochie.
Rose, play or die. Miami is nice, so I'll say it twice. Miami is...
Respect. These are all masters of their crafts.
Hi, girls. Who are all these old men?
The Osmond brothers, Rose. The years without Donnie have not been kind to them.
These are Vincenzo's friends, Rose.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I've had so much on my mind lately. Have you decided to associate producer quit? So now I am the new associate producer of the Wake Up Miami show. They even gave me a nameplate for my desk.
Harold Goldstein, associate producer.
Isn't it exciting?
Oh, congratulations, Harold. That's great.
We've already had our first meeting.
And she knows what I'm going through.
Well, not exactly. Actually, I've never been with a married man.
Get out of here.
No, it's true. I just never figured a relationship with a married man was worthwhile.
Good for you, Blanche.
Well, I'm no fool. The husband...
Honey, are you all right?
I'll be fine.
Is this about Arnie?
No, Blanche. She's upset because they keep changing the taste of Coke. What happened to you?
First, my alarm didn't go off, so I was late to work, and then I had a flat tire on the way. And when I finally got there, I smashed my hand in the door.
Ooh.
Oh, I feel like crawling under the covers and eating Velveeta right out of the box.
Honey, look at what you're wearing. You can't go like that.
I think the funeral home has someone who handles that, Blanche. But thank you for caring.
I'm talking about our double date. Good grief, this place looks like a hospital ward. Dorothy, don't you know Mike and Larry will be here in a minute?
Blanche,
Dorothy, if there's something you're aching to do, then you simply have to do it. Do you remember when we went to amateur night at the Comedy Barrel? Honey, I know you've got to be as good as some of those people.
I couldn't. I'd be up there sweating bullets.
And dodging some.
No, you should try it, Dorothy, and we'd be right there, front and center, cheering you on.
It's not just the disruption to my life, it's seeing him do nothing with his.
Look, Stanley, you took him in. Now it is your problem, and you are going to have to deal with it.
You're right. There's only one thing I can do, and it's the hardest thing in the world.
You're going to ask Michael to leave your home.
No. I'm going to ask you to ask Michael to leave my home.
It's late.
It's from your friend Gladys at Shady Pine. She says Lillian was sent to Sunny Pastures.
You see, Ma, your friend is fine.
Fine, are you kidding? Sunny Pastures is the worst nursing home in the city. It's every old person's nightmare. That and a child-proof cap on the kale pectate bottle. I know you're feeling cocky enough to wing it.
I came because I was thinking, at our age, the last thing you say to somebody might be the last thing you say. So, I just want you to know that I'm sorry, Sophia. I want to take you to the concert.
Booby.
Facciabella!
Blanche's bed is next to the X-15 at the Space and Aviation Museum.
Would you be interested in going to an outdoor concert tonight?
Oh, you couldn't drag me out of this house tonight. St. Elsewhere's on. That's my favorite program. I never miss it.
You still watch us dressing like one.
Give me a break. I'll take my medicine later.
You know you're a lousy patient.
Now, what do you want from me? I'm sick.
I don't know that. You think I've been sitting here for 3 nights just to look at you? Believe me, you know oil painting.
I'll see seem a little insensitive.
No, it's not. You're just tired.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I interrupted.
That's okay. I better be going.
No, you just stay right where you are. Now, Rose.
I can't sleep.
Try counting sheep.
I can't.
You know, your grandma feels real bad about everything. What do you say we forgive her?
You know, you remind me so much of your mother.
Did I hear you say that you were from St. Olaf?
Yes?
I'm from St. Gustav. We're neighbors. My name's Meg.
I'm Rose. What are you doing here, Meg?
I was arrested for being a hooker, just like you.
Oh, I'm not...
I should do what to myself? Hello?
Dorothy, is your mother all right?
Oh, fine. She does something wrong, suddenly she's my mother.
I'm not wearing cologne.
But that's impossible. It smells kind of like a mixture of Old Spice and musk and...
And a porterhouse steak?
Yes.
That's me. The smell really gets intense when I sweat.
Really? Well, I'd be curious to... Everybody, I want you to meet my friend, Tommy Cochran. Sit down, Tommy. Tommy's a writer. According to the New York Times, he is the most exciting new novelist to come along since Mr. Norman Mailer. We met in the park last week. I was sitting there reading Tommy's latest book, and he came over and offered to autograph it.
Rose, you want to run that looking stupid question by us again?
I'm just doing my job.
Rose, leave the glasses in the refrigerator, close the door, and keep your head out here with us.
How will I know if they fog up?
Thank you for coming. Well, I hope you're not too upset over this, Dorothy.
I've just been thrown out of an unauthorized Elvis fan club. I'll try to pick up the pieces and go on with my life.
The new director's gay. A gay theater director. Did you ever hear such a thing?
It's absolutely shocking. Next thing you know, they'll have black basketball players in the NBA. Ma, you are making lasagna Alfredo. Monday morning, I am going to be the first in line.
Make that second.
What are you talking about, Blanche? You've never cared about Jeopardy.
No, but I do care for Alex Trebek. See, I've never had a Canadian who wasn't on skates.
I'm sorry,
Friends here at the Rusty Anchor. This one's for you. Hit it, Ron. I wanna be loved by you, just you, and nobody else but you. Come here.
Okay, Blanche, you landed on sports. Here's the question. What famous football player wore pantyhose down... Not yet. Oh, but I did learn that baked Alaska can actually be cooked locally.
Rose, I have an even bigger scoop for you. Mars bars are made right here on Earth.
Oh, go. But the letter's too sweet to ignore. I'm going to write him back and tell him how much I appreciate it.
Isn't it nice to see Rose feeling so good about herself?
It certainly is. You know, this is the first time I've seen her smile since this whole thing started.
Dorothy, I have a confession to make. I wrote that.
That was better than I thought it would be. Now I can't wait to get down.
Hi. Can I get you ladies drinks?
I'll have a Manhattan, and I'm watching, so don't slip me any of the cheap stuff.
I'll have another Harvey Wallbanger.
Seen quite a bit of Mr. Wallbanger tonight.
I'm celebrating because we could keep her till Monday.
Oh, I'm not from Child Services. I'm Emily's father.
Well, how do I know that?
Well, I can see the family resemblance. Neither one of them can tell time. Where the hell have you been? You dropped this child off yesterday, you don't show up until today, and you didn't call. I mean, this is not a dry cleaner's.
I did call last night. I spoke.
I would have died if I'd ever caught my parents having sex.
But you never walked in on them?
Once, but they were only playing leapfrog.
I'm sorry. Raymond, I just can't. My mother needs me here.
Dorothy, you are one hell of a daughter, but you're also a lousy girlfriend.
Sorry.
I think the best thing for you and me to do is not to see each other for a while. At least until your mother doesn't seem to need as much of your time.
Quality time together. You know, sometimes we'll be watching TV and I start wondering how many more times I have left like that. And I find myself staring at her and like I'm trying to freeze her face in my memory. Like I never want to forget one single line or wrinkle.
I don't know, Dorothy, maybe you're right. I should try to make this relationship work. Okay, I'm gonna go get prettied up, and then I'm going down to the drugstore and get to know more about this man. You know, Bill's likes, Bill's dislikes, Bill's last name.
But you can help me. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Frank.
She's smart?
Well, yeah.
Hot damn!
Hi, Blanche. I was sitting home feeling sorry for myself, so I thought I'd do some risk-taking and invite myself over. Here,
I haven't been out of this apartment in 22 years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. Enjoy your dinner. How pathetic. A person could live their life totally alone, devoid of...
You decided to install a trapeze over your bed.
No, actually, I'm talking about this car.
Oh, Blanche, it's beautiful. Can you afford a car like this?
Only if I can unload my old one.
Oh, that won't be any problem. That's a wonderful car. Rose, you need a car. Why don't you...
Oh, Jean, you were always a terrific girl. Dorothy, why can't you be more like Jean? Scratch that.
Who are your roommates, Dorothy?
Jean, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I don't know quite how to phrase this.
The lesbian thing, do you keep it under your hat or what?
Scarred each day a great time. The cream of the crop, it's the top of the line. Miami, Miami, you got style. Blue sky, sunshine, why stand by the mile? Miami, you got...
Come on, Rose, you do it too.
Well,
Oh, come on. You see? You don't need money to have fun.
Oh, I love you, Miles.
I love you too, Rose.
We'll need help making decisions. That's the way it was with Thor, our pet lamb. From the time he was first separated from his mother, he wouldn't eat, he wouldn't sleep, he wouldn't frolic with the other sheep.
You're slipping into verse, Rose. Keep it simple.
Daddy got the idea. Charlie made me dress him when he had his heart attack before the paramedics got there.
But he wasn't dressed?
We were making love.
Oh, Rose, honey, you never told me. He died while you were making love?
Well, he didn't die then. He had his heart attack then.
Delicious.
Delicious? This is the reason your father and I got married.
girls, do you realize it has been 8 days since I've had a date?
Do you realize it's been 8 days since I have...
Ah, please. Whatever it is, keep it to yourself.
That's my problem. And the Christmas pageant over at the convent. Remember that, Sister Rose?
Oh, my, yes, Sister Blanche is quite an actress.
Yeah, she'd have to be to make anyone believe she was a virgin.
Stanley, you're a pig in a cheap suit.
Rose.
Nice to meet you.
So, Jeremy, where did you and Rebecca meet?
We met at a sidewalk cafe in Paris.
There weren't any tables left, so I just sat at Becky.
Why don't we all move out to the Lanai for dinner?
I'll show you the way.
Here, let me help you with that.
Oh, thank you.
It won't be long before I meet nice people and make some new friends. I have a real good feeling about that. So, I just wanted you to know what I decided. I hope to be in Florida before the next winter comes.
Oh, my God, Trudy!
Dorothy! Jack!
How come you're alive?
How come you're in bed with my husband?
I asked you first! A mother is someone who raises you and loves you and is always there for you. I don't need any more proof than that.
Me neither. I raised her. And I was the one who got her through that awkward period. The 50 toughest years of my life.
But evidently I didn't name the 7 they had in mind.
Rose, hand me that newspaper.
No, you're going to hit me with it.
No, I won't.
You promise?
I promise. But I still wanted it to be just mine, you know, and I was afraid that you might take that part away, and I was feeling jealous and lonely and God knows what else.
Magenta.
Excuse me?
Magenta. That's what I call it.
Girl meets boy, girl loses boy, girl can't remember her address, so cab just circles and circles and circles.
You told him you loved him and he didn't say it back, am I right?
Did you bug my bra?
Sophia, I told you never tell a man you love him first. That's a...
Oh, I wanted to show Sven as many of the sights as possible today.
Did you get a picture of him with that Mr. Whipple cut out at the A&P?
We just stopped to pick up breakfast before we started off on our big day.
Will you ladies join us?
What are you making?
Linderhoven.
What's that?
Oatmeal. It's usually served with a cracker made from yakintest.
Honey, that took a lot of courage.
You all right?
No! This is the worst day of my life.
Oh, come on, honey, it's not that bad.
I made a
Ma, why are you still here? You were supposed to have your checkup with Dr. Siegel this morning.
Oh, you didn't hear about Dr. Siegel.
Hear what?
I'm not going.
Ma, you are impossible. Now, this is the 3rd appointment you've missed.
At my age, checkups can be dangerous to your health.
2 weeks ago, I got the heart of a 12-year-old. Rose, whatever you want to do is fine with me. I just like being with you. Hey, I better pack my stuff.
Arnie?
Yeah.
Stone, you might as well know the truth. Brooklyn, 1949. We were sitting at this table playing a spirited game of gin.
That's 4 in a row tonight, you lucky night, Sal.
I hope that'll continue once we get home.
The man buys a new T-shirt, trims the hair out of his
Chick was our town beautician and one of God's most unattractive creations since the aardvark. Anyway, over the years, Olga had been secretly squirreling away money for plastic surgery. Well, one day she left without telling anyone, had the surgery, and didn't return for months. He said he was impotent.
Impotent? Are you sure?
Oh, Blanche, what would you have done? Asked him to prove it?
I can't talk about this.
Oh, of course you can, Rose. We're your friends.
Then Renee calls up and says she's got herself an agent.
Oh, nice.
Not nice, Oliver. She's been in New York 6 days. Now she's got an agent who says she's perfect for commercials. And who knows what the hell she's going to do.
Wouldn't it be funny?
No, I have no idea.
And listen to this. Dear Dorothy, in case you change your mind, here are 3 things to remember at the cocktail party. Number 1, ask for more potatoes. Number 2...
Oh, Blanche, how do you feel about performing in front of a video camera?
I think it's all right as long as you've already had at least 3 dates.
It's for my video class. My final project is a day in the...
A trip to the hospital is the best thing for you.
You think I'm stupid? This scam has Shady Pines written all over it.
Ma, be serious.
Come on, we're all adults here. I see the way you've been eyeing my bedroom. Wouldn't a wet bar go great where the old lady is?
No, that's ridiculous. Why would I take you?
I want you to know how grateful we are that you are seeing us at this time.
Did I sit down? Have I sat down yet?
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, am I this short? My God, you two are like a couple of redwoods.
Being wrong.
Just saying, it'll make me feel better.
Sophia, I can't.
Do it.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please? This is Sophia Petrillo, the girl...
You mean you didn't get dumped?
Well, actually, I did, by my landlord. He threw me out of my apartment, but I couldn't sleep with his best friend. He's over 80 years old and thinks he's the Archduke Ferdinand.
Why did he throw you out?
Well, the new owners of the building... Snowball. You start out with one little harmless lie, and then you have to tell another one to cover up the first. And then another, and another. You know what I mean? And then, before long, you've got an entire snowman built out of lies. Dorothy?
I can't believe my pussycat's been out with that guy for 3 hours. I'm getting worried. Maybe I should call the police. Nah, he's probably okay.
Wow, it's after midnight. She must be having a good time.
Not necessarily.
What do you mean?
Oh, don't you remember a date you and I had a few years back?
Michael, that's wonderful.
Of course, Michael. It's wonderful. It's just, kind of sudden.
I know it seems sudden. Lorraine is her name. She sings with the band. We've only been going out about 4 months, but I've never been so sure of anything in my life. Mom.
Stanley, you're missing my point. We named it! What I'm saying is, thank you. Stanley, for the first time in a long while, you're really acting like a man.
This dress business. Oh, there is nothing to settle. Now, I am wearing this dress, Dorothy. It deserves to be displayed on a devastatingly beautiful body.
Who are you going to send it to? Kim Basinger?
And what is that supposed to mean?
Why don't you think about it while you're inhaling...
Oh, what is it?
Oh, nothing. I'm all right. I'm fine.
No, you are not, and I'm tired of watching you suffer.
That's what Daddy said to our horse, old Toby, when he broke his leg. Then he shot him.
This mess. Maybe I ought to call the newspaper.
Now, wait. I think you should let Gil handle it himself. Oh, the paper says he's having a press conference this afternoon. I don't think you should do anything until then.
Okay, fine, I'll wait.
Look at this picture of Kessler, Dorothy. There's a secret behind those eyes. Trust my hunch on this one. I'm never wrong.
Oh, come on, Ma. Always been there when we've needed each other. Now, look, this is important to Rose, and I think we need to stand behind her. I mean, you're taking away a part of her home.
Granted, it's the cradle of idiocy.
I have a frog bear.
I won't dance. Don't ask me. Pay attention. You're in for a treat.
Oh, Ma, not another act.
No, Dorothy, not just another act, the act. I've taken a classic and reworked it Sophia style.
Over there, send the word over there, that the Yanks are coming, the drums coming everywhere,
What's short, wrinkly, and sticks out of my shoes?
You.
No, my toes. It's that time of year. Mama needs a new pair of shoes.
Well, you've crapped out. I am not taking you.
Dorothy, please. The little piggy that goes wee, wee, wee doesn't have a nail on it anymore.
No way.
But I don't even know who Marcus Allen is.
Then let me put it to you another way. Rose, when are you going to face up to the fact that your daughter is not the goody two-shoes you think she is?
What do you mean by that?
Rose, what would you call a girl who sleeps with a man she has known for one day?
A damn good sport.
What do you mean?
I mean, that part wasn't in my dream. That means the dream's broken. We're going back to Miami. We're going to be all right.
Not me. Well, you two faced your fears. Dorothy got on the plane. You faced your dream. I didn't give my speech.
Give it now. Yeah. Yes. Go on. Now, you wrote it. You give it. Go on. You can do it.
You're here with her.
It's not easy living with somebody who's always so together. She's so efficient, so organized. She even balances her checkbook.
Since when is competence a crime?
Look, Dorothy cannot be blamed for being capable.
Well, she doesn't have to lord it over us and criticize us for not living. I picked up our lottery tickets. Here we go.
Oh!
Here we go.
Now, I forget. How's this go again? To win something, you have to get 3 to match?
Right. If you get 3 coconuts, you win $100.
What if you get 3 palm trees?
You don't have 3 palm trees. That means you win $10,000.
Ma, I know what a palm tree looks like.
Accidentally bit Brunhilde. Poor little guy just stood there, watching his mother deflate before his very eyes. He was never the same after that. Oh, sure, once in a while he'd at the back tires of a parked car. But for the most part, he just kind of kept...
It is beautiful.
It is so clear. It looks like you could just reach up and touch those stars.
I can't tell you how many people in St. Olaf have fallen off their roofs trying.
Rose, are we anywhere near St. Olaf?
We're getting close. Look,
I hope we didn't wake you. My sisters and I couldn't sleep. We felt terrible about the things we said to you this afternoon.
We didn't agree on much of anything, did we?
Look, neither one of us want...
I think your mother's faking too. But what if she isn't? Just try putting yourself in her position. Do you know how much it hurts to have someone you love not trust you?
I sure do.
Rose, I was about to tell a story.
I want to tell one.
Dorothy?
Boy, this is a no-win situation. But go ahead, Blanche.
Well, fine.
They found a donor with the rare blood type he needed. Gee, you save a guy's life, all you get is apple juice and a cookie?
Dorothy? What did she say, honey? What did she say? The Vanderhooven rocket. Oh, it was a beauty. Fritz really had vision. Actually, he had double vision, which is why it had 8 tires.
So, what happened?
He never got off the ground. Bad promotion.
Oh, good to see you. Look just wonderful.
So do you. Come on in and meet my friends. This is...
Wait, let me. She's attractive, witty, and great fun to be with. This must be Dorothy. And she's smart, sexy, and stylish to a fault. This must be Blanche. Did I get it right?
You'll probably try holding hands first.
Blanche has a point. Finally. Honey, if he doesn't want to go away with you, then you'll know how he feels.
I'll get that. That's probably Ernie. Oh, I can't do it. I can't ask him to go away with me. I've never learned how to be aggressive.
The artwork of Adolf Hitler.
The minute we saw it, we knew it was for you.
Thank you so much, Stanley. I'm going to put it right here on the coffee table.
It's from Dorothy, too.
If I had to thank her, I'd choke on the words.
Please risk it.
I promised you'd go.
I know that's what I said, and all I can say now is tough. I'm not getting on that plane, and you can't make me.
Well, then I'm not going either.
Oh, I don't believe my ears. Girls, the entire purpose of this trip is to conquer our fears. Why, if we back...
Pop's been dead 27 years.
What's your point?
What are you saying?
Isn't it obvious, Dorothy? She showered with a dead man for 5 years.
Rose, what did you want?
I got 2 tickets to the hottest Norwegian musical in town.
Rose, you've really...
bathrobe hanging there. Thinking only of his pleasure, I decided to slip into it. Oh, God, I looked so fetching. I could not wait for him to see me. So I emerged, framed in the doorway, and slowly let the bathrobe slide from my perfect body. And you know what he said to me?
Same things.
I've missed you.
You missed me so much you haven't called me in a week?
Sophia, sit down. I picked up that phone 100 times, but I just couldn't make that call. I haven't told anyone I love them since my wife.
Just a little lover's quarrel. Please go on with the party. I better see what's wrong.
Care to dance?
Love to.
Drop by.
Well, it's lucky you caught me. I mean, in the evening, I'm usually out with Liz and Steph and the rest of the beach crowd.
Then everything's working out?
I'll be honest with you.
Yes.
It is a dream come true.
Great. Great. That's just great.
Yep.
Rose, look. Like me, old Charlie was a little on the cheap side.
I'll say. Oh, Charlie was a wonderful man, but he could squeeze a nickel till the buffalo pooped.
Boy, I'll tell you, there's something to the power of suggestion. Excuse me.
The sword swallower.
And I think I have a grip on this.
I guess at our age, we do a lot of wishful thinking.
We did come close, though.
If the circus is ever in town, I'll leave the tent flap open for you.
History professor seeking non-smoking Oriental woman who was into Wesson oil and bears a resemblance to Florence Henderson.
Is that signed Doug?
Yes.
I know him. He's a sick man.
I'm terribly sorry for this mix-up. Goodbye.
That's great. I'm really proud of you. You'd think you'd miss that feeling you get with that first puff. That feeling of relaxation when you hold it in and then the sheer exhilaration as you exhale slowly.
No, not really. I found other ways to ease my tension.
Not a hooker. I was arrested by mistake.
Oh, that's what I always tell the judge, too.
How did you get mixed up in this sort of thing?
I don't know. Things were bad at home. I ended up in Miami. It just happened.
Nothing could be bad enough at home for you to end up doing...
This Rose Bob Hope thing reminds me of a similar situation back in my village. Florence Pontevecchio used to fantasize that Alberto Bolognese was her brother.
Who was Alberto Bolognese?
He was the bootmaker in the village.
So what's so special about that?
Did I say it was special? I said it was similar.
Oh, good, you're home for the Festival of the Dancing Virgins. The sauce is almost ready.
Yeah, I'm not staying for dinner tonight. There's a meeting at Mensa. That's the organization for people with high IQs like mine.
You know, in St. Olaf we had a chapter of Mensa. And across the room was Girlsa.
For you to come out of your room, I didn't say it was all right for you to talk to me.
You know, I'm kind of an expert in basketball.
I mean, that's one of the interesting things about me.
Please, you've lived here for 2 months. There's nothing interesting about you.
I mean it. Ask me anything.
All right? When the hell are you moving out?
You kill me.
You were a child. Hey, we had comic books in Sicily. My favorite was Benito the Hood. He lived in the forest with his band of merry thugs. Benito was very popular.
You mean because he stole from the rich and gave to the poor?
I said Benito the Hood, not Benito the Idiot. He stole from everyone and kept it for himself.
Aye, but the only thing we have in common is under the sheets.
What's under the sheets?
His cappuccino maker.
What they did then was, since the grave was still open, and everybody was right there, and Gustav and Bergstrom had been partners, so they put Bergstrom in with Gustav and had a double burial. Unfortunately, later they...
Wait a minute. My super terrific hearing detects a visitor. It's Mr. Policeman, disguised as Mr. Mailman. Why don't I find...
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bob Hope!
Thank you very much. Thank you. Did you hear that Ronald Reagan has just moved back to Hollywood? That's just what Hollywood needs, another unemployed actor. And you know Reagan... Girl's mouth water.
Oh my God, that's her. I sure hope time has been good to Trudy. Good, not great. Oh, Trudy.
Dorothy!
I'm sorry.
I had artificial insemination. It's not like I slept with every man in town.
Chew it carefully, Mom. Like they taught you at Shady Pines. Climactic speech, and I want to live.
You're ready to fly right out of here, aren't you?
Well, excuse me for living, Anita Bryant.
Couldn't we please get married already so I can get in on the hugging?
Place the town's most eligible goat farmers. Until Anna Maria Alonso Palladino, known to her friends as Muffin, moved to our village. Suddenly, all the men who were always fighting over who would get to keep the footprints I left in the mud were after Muffin. So,
Oh, honey, trust me, Martinique is perfect. It has everything. And all the men speak French. What do the women speak? Rose, honey, everybody speaks French.
Well, then we can't go there. I don't know any French.
Oh, honey, don't worry. All you need to know are 2 phrases. Yes and no, your roommate. Handsome Bill. Well, you haven't aged a bit. I've missed you.
Really, Susan? How about our baby? The one my parents raised? Do you ever miss him?
You know, it isn't really good to dwell on the past.
Where's the cake? Rose, did you take it out?
I haven't even seen it yet.
Oh, Ma, what'd you do with the cake?
I didn't do anything. I haven't seen it yet either.
What do you mean you haven't seen it? You were supposed to bake it.
I was?
Oh, Ma. You forgot.
I didn't forget. I wanted to make sure it was fresh. I'll bake it now.
Oh, honey.
The list of beneficiaries, and well, she was pretty far gone by then, but when we got to your name, she kept repeating in this weak little voice, I want her to have it. I want her to have it.
Well, I am surprised.
She was talking about her disease.
Oh, and I think I might.
You can't be serious.
Why not?
You hardly know the man.
Oh, being this close to you is the biggest thrill of my life.
If you were any closer, there wouldn't be room for my car keys.
Mr. Hope, could we impose upon you to entertain for a few minutes?
Will I entertain? I didn't put this makeup on to go bowling.
Died.
What?
Oh, no, Rose.
And the sheriff? I told him about me, how I kill men. And he didn't believe me. He said, let's see, sleep with me.
For one child, blinded your love for the other. But I think you did Dorothy wrong, and I think you must make it right.
We better get to the shelter.
What is this?
Oh, the entrance is blocked. We can't get out. We're gonna die.
All right, don't worry. I have a plan. They taught me how to deal with...
Well, we're off for the game. Blanche, I didn't know you played baseball. Oh, we're not going to play baseball, Rose.
My arms around Mother Nature and giving her a big kiss. Hi, you must be Dorothy.
And you must be Mrs. Rogers.
No, but we have a Mrs. Rogers at the Grief Center. Oh, and there's a Mrs. Rogers lives across the street. And then, of course, there's Dale Evans, the most famous Mrs. Rogers of them all.
Nurse.
Still worried about the money you owe the government?
Oh, no, Blanche. I'm worried about whether Michael Jackson will be able to buy the remains of the Elephant Man.
Really? Gee, I'd be worried about the money. Sophia, I'll be happy to pay for your wake. I love you.
Well, me too.
Well, fine. Fine. Do what you want. Just don't expect me to be a part of it.
I even know a way we can save some money. I'll make the hors d'oeuvres.
Some wake. Scandinavian crap on a cracker.
Mad at me? You said, why, no, darling. This is the best Mother's Day I've ever had. Don't you remember that, Mama? Well, I thought that happened to Virginia. Wasn't Virginia the slut?
He and I took a bus to Palermo to look up our old friend Teresa DeFino. We spent 2 hours on the bus, another hour looking for her house. We finally find the house, knock on the door, and what do you know? She died.
Ma, it happens.
That morning!
Yeah, but aside from that, you and Augie really had a great time, huh? All right, now what are you two doing here anyway?
We have come to stop you from making a fool of yourself.
Why would Dorothy make a fool of herself?
Well, Stanley, you know how she gets at weddings, all emotional. Her nose starts running, then her mascara starts...
Oops.
Father, I could really use the support of the administration on this.
I'm thinking of the school as a whole, Dorothy. I'm thinking of the community.
Well, I'm thinking about Kevin.
Well, if there's nothing I can say to change your mind, but I feel I should inform you.
Trust me, Rose. Drink it. Slowly. That's right. Down the hatch. We call this Sicilian Somonix. Now, you might feel a slight tingling, but believe me, you'll sleep like a baby. Remember prom night 1946?
Why, what happened?
I don't know. I'm that somebody.
Now, I think what Ma's referring to is a little practical joke that Trudy played on me. You know, all of us on the tennis team decided that we would wear our tennis whites to the prom. Well, I showed up
The
and...
humor still, eh? He still make you laugh like he used to.
Well, not really. But then again, I haven't seen him naked lately.
Would you listen to those two always with the quips?
So tell me, how are the children?
Oh, Uncle...
Actually, tease and tickle. Actually, tease, tickle, and spank. Actually...
Blanche.
I'm sorry. What was I talking about?
About teasing me because you love me. Oh,
Ma, could I please see you in the kitchen?
Hurry back, Mama Bear. Papa Bear gets lonely without you.
I think things are going very nicely.
Who was it who got us into that? Oh, just a minute. Now I remember. Oh, and it's worth a try. It's either we sing or he sings.
All right.
Boom. Boom.
Well, I guess it depends on how you look at it. And Dr. Gordon W. Taylor obviously looked at it with desire in his eyes. Why else would he ask me out for Friday night?
So you canceled the surgery for a date?
Well, it wasn't just any old date. It was a date with a plastic surgeon, Rose. Beauty is his stock in trade. He can create any face, any body he wants.
A beautiful young woman with breasts not unlike Brigitte Nielsen, except hers moved when she skipped. She comes walking down a picturesque country road when suddenly a yellow Rolls Royce pulls up and blocks her path.
Oh, who was in the Rolls?
Any sense? There's thou shalt not commit adultery and thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. 2 out of 10 refer to hitting the sheets and they couldn't fit in lying. Does anybody think before they write this stuff down?
You're not making any sense. I can't talk to you when you're half asleep.
Excuse me, it's only 4 a.m.
What's in there?
So was I. I went to put back your laundry. And I see there's a man on the bed, so I introduce myself. But he doesn't answer. He's dead.
He's shy. He's very shy.
Didn't sound so shy last night.
Okay, fine. Let a dead guy lie there. It's going to be 98 degrees today. It won't be pretty.
What's with the sardines?
Ma, how are we going to get rid of all of this?
Don't worry. Tomorrow we're getting 5 cases of pickled onions.
Boy, life sure has a way of throwing you curveballs. When I was younger, I never would have imagined that I'd be worrying about money at this.
You new to this area, Dr. Clayton?
Yes, I recently moved here.
Oh, Miami's a beautiful city. I'm sure you'll enjoy living here.
Yes, and I'm sure your wife, Mrs. Clayton, will enjoy it too.
Mrs. Clayton and I are no longer together.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So,
You electric skillet! An electric skillet. It's from Fry Quick. It not only fries, it boils, it bakes, it simmers.
It stinks.
My apologies to the Fry Quick Corporation. But Green Team, we're not finished with you yet.
I figured since it was my birthday, you wouldn't be upset when you hear what I've got to tell you. I've decided to sell the house and leave St. Olaf, Charlie. The winters are rough here in Minnesota. And
I understand, Blanche. I understand that you're this way because you've probably never been with a real man.
Dorothy, do I wet myself or laugh?
All you need is to be loved by someone who knows how. Someone who will take his time and then show you.
That's terrible, Blanche. If I were you, I'd take my dishonesty elsewhere.
They made me pay $300 for a dress I didn't even want.
Blanche, it's only fair. You tried something crooked and you got caught.
honey, we want you to come in off the ledge. We're worried about you.
There's nothing to worry about. I'm not going to jump. That would be crazy.
Oh, thank goodness.
I'm going to fly.
You can't fly.
Mr. Terrific can do anything.
Of course you can, Mr. Terrific. Rose, don't argue with Blanche, you can't take all that luggage.
Well, Dorothy, I may run into a celebrity while I'm sunbathing on the beach. I only packed what I need to make me look my most devastating.
And I hope you packed a tight butt.
Oh, yes. Now, whose cab is this? Is this yours or mine?
Rose.
What are y'all looking at? Get on back to your LeSueur peas. Dorothy, I promise you there's nothing between us.
If there's nothing between you, then you will not go out with him tonight. Isn't that right?
We're only going to see a play, and he's not even her husband. He's her ex-husband. And why am I even explaining any of this to you?
Let's.
Really? Would you like to go to bed with me?
Take me out to the ball game. Stanley, these seats are pretty far from the field.
Yeah. Dorothy?
All right, everybody stay right where they are. The wagons will be here momentarily to transport all of you downtown.
Downtown? He means jail.
Oh, really, Rose? I thought he meant Neiman Marcus.
I've never been in jail.
Barry was the man that I wanted to be the first.
First where?
On Mars, Rose. My first lover.
Well, so what happened?
Stanley. That's what happened. Stanley. I went to a drive-in with Stanley.
I'm gonna pack. Sophia, wait, isn't there anything we can do to make you stay?
Nothing. My mind's made up. I'm leaving in the morning.
Oh.
Hi, girls.
Oh, Rose, I missed you at breakfast. Did you and Miles have fun last night?
Oh, yes. We had dinner at the Mandarin Ratskeller, that new Chinese-German restaurant.
How was it?
Oh, the food was good. But an hour later, Miles and I were both hungry. For power.
Dorothy, I really need for you to understand this. I've been thinking a lot lately. I think we're in this for the long haul. Dorothy, I think this is going to be a very serious relationship.
The show on the road.
Ma, I know you're in there.
The wedding is off.
She doesn't approve.
She doesn't approve. Now look here, Stretch. I have 100 cheese puffs and a sensitive assistant, both on the verge of collapse. Whatever that.
You have another date with Ken. Oh, Sophia, do you believe it?
And I thought my head was spinning from the splash of vino in my lemonade.
Sophia, you don't put wine in your lemonade.
No. You're right, I don't. It was a...
Could I ask you, please, for complete silence? Never mind, I thought I heard a radio going next door. I'm trying to catch a baseball score.
Will you please get on with the examination?
Okay. Open your mouth and say, ah. Yep, she's paralyzed. That's it.
Is the gist of what you were saying before that you intended to cheat me?
Cheat you? Rose, you just analyze everything to death.
Ma, where are my shoes?
Another date with Mrs. O'Brien's husband?
Now look, don't you start with me.
No.
Ma, it's not going to work. I do not feel guilty about staying out all night, and I do not feel guilty about Eddie.
Don't underestimate me. I could make you feel guilty about bombing Pearl Harbor if I wanted. The point is, I don't want you to feel guilty. There's nothing wrong with a physical relationship. Well, then, pepperoni to bring to her family's table. She gets hysterical. She starts to run. She runs through the field, the meadow, over the hill, until she comes to a raging river filled with pepperoni swimming upstream.
Ma, pepperoni swimming upstream?
Yeah, I know it's odd. Pepperoni is a land meat.
Avoid. Start with the one in your head.
Come on, honey, just a few notes. Oh, Dorothy, do you believe it? I mean, 4 chickens and not one of them has any musical ability.
It's a sad commentary, Rose. All the young chickens are wasting their time playing video games.
Adios, everybody wave goodbye. I'm off to Brooklyn. Honey, what are you doing? I'm going back to the old neighborhood. The doctor said it would help if I stirred up some memories.
Ma, you can't go back there alone.
No kidding. I'm 83. I walk to the driveway. It's a coin toss whether I get back. You're coming with me.
On Buddy Rourke. And after a couple of phone calls, I found out he had just retired after 45 years in the records department of the Army Pension Office.
I don't get it.
That's how he knew about Charlie. They never served together. He just read his file.
But he knew all those things about...
Let me ask a question. So how much responsibility are we taking on ourselves here?
Oh, Ma, what are you talking about? We can't just abandon her.
The girl needs a roof over her head, guidance, emotional support.
It's not up to us.
I'm a mother. I know these things.
Good night, Ma.
Good night.
What's that smell?
I am so uptight. Donald's expecting this painting, and I really don't want to let him down.
Listen, after what he did to me, feel free to let him down.
You know, Blanche, I was thinking about that story you told us about you and Donald.
You mean when I dropped my robe and stood
Future. Now I'll go home. I'll hurt. But after a while, I'll feel better and I'll go on with my life. If I continue this, I'll end up alone, and I care too much about myself to let that...
cutting out. You're in for the long haul. Keep your seatbelt on. There are lots of twists and turns. Stop that, or they're gonna come in here and sing again.
His concert last night.
What? Oh, I don't believe it. This is it. This has to be it. Come on, let's get going.
Dorothy, we can't go to a charity event like this.
Rose, the auction started 20 minutes ago.
I'm right behind you.
Hey, those gifts I was talking about, they were more tokens of affection than actual buzz say is the truth.
This afternoon, I saw Blanche's boyfriend, Gary Tucker, kissing my sister, Holly.
Oh, please, you're such a liar.
I swear on my mother's grave.
Okay, I believe you.
What should I do, Sophia?
Well, this is a very complex and perplexing...
I am so nervous all of a sudden. Of course, I'm also very excited. I mean, I have dreamed about this moment all my life. Oh, honey.
Darling.
Is it my imagination, or was that my ex-husband, Stanley?
Dorothy, it's me, your ex-husband, Stan.
We are just friends.
Sure. And Michael Jackson was born with that cleft in his chin.
Girls, just wait until you see the little number I picked up at the museum basket. Here I come.
Dances equally.
Equally, I figure your share should be about half. After all, you're the one who killed her. Let's just hurry up and get this over with.
Oh, Blanche, try...
Look good in diamonds. Say hello to my 4 new best friends.
Hello.
They're just on loan from the jeweler until I decide which one I want to keep. You know, the good thing about me is, although I am petite, I can carry a large stone.
Blanche, don't you even care about these people at all?
Of course I do. Aren't you suddenly the life of the party? This place gives me the creeps.
But look, Blanche, see how much fun everybody's having?
Yeah, right now, but wait till they hear Glenn Miller's dead.
He's not dead. He's missing.
Stop complaining, Blanche. Look at all the available men here. Well, what do you think?
Sophia, that looks beautiful.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
But don't you have to be a virgin to wear a white wedding dress?
Please, the last time I was a virgin of the Louisiana...
Blanche, I hope I can see you outside the hospital. Maybe we could have dinner some night?
Oh, well, do you really need to? I mean, do you really need to?
Well, I don't really need to.
But I'm sorry, but I can't.
Not your shoes. Oh, Harry, thanks so much for coming.
Frank, talk to me. What's going on here?
Well, he isn't feeling very well, so we thought we'd have you over for a drink.
Ma'am, don't you remember I called you and told you I'd be here? Of course.
Of course, Virginia. No, darling, Virginia couldn't come. I'm Blanche. Here, look. Brought you a little present. Lace handkerchiefs. My. Well, you know you always used to apologize for sleeping with Sam. Everybody does.
Blanche Devereaux, you sit down and shut up and listen. I did not sleep with him, and I didn't lose the earrings. You did. Not to mention my watch, which I didn't even know you borrowed.
Oh, I thought I'd mention that.
No, you didn't.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry doesn't cut it, Blanche. I've spent all week making...
Didn't even share it with his band of merry thugs. He was the idol of many a Sicilian youngster.
That's what they did, all right. That is exactly what they did. Delivered the wrong bed.
Oh, and you don't like this one?
Oh, I think it's the most stunning thing I've ever seen. I absolutely love it, but I can't afford it. That bed back there must cost...
James, I'm here about the car.
Miles?
No, honey, it's James. You stay right there and I'll get the keys.
How much mileage has she got on her?
Magic words.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rose Nyland, and I'm responsible for what's happened here tonight. Because of a silly, childish dream, I let you all down. I had this crazy idea that I had a special connection to a... But before I wear this, Miles, I have to know what it means.
Well, it's a friendship ring, like Abbott might have given to Costello.
I love it. So now we're a dead comedy team?
It's that sense of humor. Oh, that's why I buy Blanche.
Well, you hurt me with what you said. Oh, Dorothy, let me get you somebody hot off my A-list. Somebody tall, good-looking, goes with everything.
Doug?
How about an ex-race car driver, speaks 5 languages, has 3 car dealerships, has a slight limp so he can only dance in a circle, but that works.
Sunny Pastures was everything that Ma said it would be.
And how there was crud on the floor, rats in the hallway, and 60 people to every blanket. It wasn't fit for human life. Although in my village in Sicily, it would have been a 2-star motel.
Ma, you're exaggerating, but not by much.
On with this charade any longer. There is something else. I'm black. Now, if that's a problem for you, I'm white. Of course, that'll cost you extra.
Oh, Marguerite, I could kiss you.
And I don't go for that freaky stuff.
Hi, Daddy.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good. Look, Mary, I've been talking to Dorothy, and she really made sense. It doesn't matter who's right or wrong. Why don't you just come home, and we'll work it out.
Sounds good.
कितीतरी पारा फिदा माझ्यावर कितीतरी पारा फिदा माझ्यावर पण राजा फक्त तूच माझ्या दिलाचा दिलबर 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 राजा फक्त तूच माझ्या तू उस